signs you could have stayed. It's only over when the day is done. I never knew you was a runner, yeah. I mistook you for a son. It don't matter what we think when it's all over. 'Cause this is our last chance to leave it all behind. Raise your voice and raise your power, yeah. This is our last chance to leave it all behind. Raise your voice and raise your power, yeah.
Archie, is it fun?
Fun.
Fun.
After me. Ready? Happy?
Happy.
New?
New?
New.
Was wrong to say I wouldn't change a thing, 'cause in the story of our lives, the best of times through color glass, time rolls on enough to let me move on past, but every little now and then it creeps on back to shape my smile.
Today is October 10th, 2022. It is 12:50 a.m. Yep, early morning. I just got up. Let me see. Yesterday, Sunday, did some stuff, mostly editing. Finished. I'm up to date with my editing. I'm done. So, like today, right now, I don't feel like recording, but I have nothing to edit. So, this is why this video is being produced. Alright, so I have nothing to edit. Let me see. After I finished edit, took a shower, chill with the kids, my husband, and then I was knocked out after that. And I just got up and I wanted to just edit, but there's nothing to edit. Alright, so let's go on Twitter. Let's see. This I just bookmarked, added to my list, but I'll come back to it later. Let's start from the top. Alright, so these are some old tweets that I had and I never really record, so I'm putting them now on this video. Alright, first tweet from Omid, quote, "So enjoy talking to Meghan Markle for her podcast, Archetypes," end quote, right, Alyssa Lang, alongside a photo of the two with daughter Jet, quote, "She is such a bright and compelling conversationalist, and I hope people take the time to get to know her beyond the often insidious headlines." Yeah, Alyssa Lang, I've been following her. Not religiously, I follow her, but I don't really like up to date, even though I knew of her from The View and some of her work. I guess that's how I sort of mostly see her most of the time. Powerful statement from a real journalist, not royal gossipers who call themselves journalists. Everyone who meets Meghan's or Meg's says she's bright, intelligent, smart, and eloquent. Yeah, you could see from some of the conversation she had with, Melody Hobson. Yes, she did have a conversation with her. You could see any topic that they chooses or that they discuss. You could see she have some insight of some of those topics. And I think in one of my videos, I said you could see Meghan reads a lot, Okay, and kind. Wait for Meghan Markle to instruct Scobie to update the street, so it's referred to her as a... God. Whatever. I'm not even going to waste my time on this one. Love the convo on episode number 4. The thing is that Meghan doesn't even give a damn about those stuff. I think we, the squad, make more noise about the titles and all of this than Meghan is not even on social media. When she comes out, you only hear about her work, nothing about freaking titles. All right, I'm so happy Lisa was on Meghan's Archetypes podcast this week and enjoyed her conversation with Meghan. I really enjoyed listening to them both. Side note, we continue to see that people who actually met or know Meghan has great things to say about her as a person. And let's not forget, in reference to this negative comment, whichever it is here, you could see Omid, okay, has always put things about the royals. He doesn't take any sides. He always put it out there. That's how we know about certain things that's going on with the royals. I don't report most of it, but it's to him I'm always have a little insight of things that the other royals are doing, but I don't share them. I don't talk about them, all right, unless it's very significant or important. All right, so that's that. This is what journalists do. They report the news. They don't make sides of anything. Next tweet also make reference to the last podcast. This must have been when they were doing the promotional shoots, because Meghan's shirts look like the one from the Archetypes promo. Probably. Yeah, probably. Okay, I love her outfit here. Same outfit, yes, totally agree. She looks stunning. That, or they record multiple episodes in one day. Could be that, yep. Believe me, there's a lot of videos that you see usually done in one recording, in one sitting. Especially when I'm in the mood to record, oh my God, I'll go on and on and on. And then look at, like today, I feel like editing, not recording. I'm probably gonna do just one recording, unless if I get really deep into a conversation. All right, next tweet. There's the loving eye. Harry and Meghan are just too photogenic. Even the sunlight loves their ambient of warm connection. Yeah. Wow. You know what that remind me? If you guys were following the Johnny Depp trial, it remind me when Vasquez was cross-examining Amber Heard. There's that sunlight that shine into her face, her side profile, and then the judge has to say, should we ask her, can we lower the shade or something like that? It was like, bam, this is your time. And believe me, she used that time. Vasquez, that is. Camila Vasquez. All right, wow, this is what Beautiful Soul looks like. The radiate the room. There's a loving eye. That looks like a painting. It's lovely. This is from their visit to Sussex. And the thing is that, wow, and then the tone of the color tone of the room and their clothes, it's like really settled in. All right, let's move on to the next tweet. These are old tweets. I happen, never really record them. I focus on the most important ones, which some of you already seen, and some probably never been checked by YouTube yet. Next tweet. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle don't owe anyone access to their children, period. This one I saw when I turned on my computer, and I squeezed it in between the Harry topics. I just saw it. Okay, so that was October 9th. Except me, Auntie needs pictures of all of the babies. I mean, I don't mind. I could do with or without. Alright, I will admire, do my crazy analysis and stuff like that, and then I move on. They don't show anything, I still talk about the Sussexes with other topics. Okay, I want to see them too. Been in love with Lilibet since that first picture, but I'll wait until mom and dad feel comfortable releasing pictures. Halloween is coming and I would love to see them in costume. Can you see how quick those trolls jump on every Harry and Meghan post here? LOL, I'm laughing. Okay, their faves are so boring. They bother us, or otherwise they'll quit Twitter. Look at the other one. I just ignore it. I mean, it's like there's so many other things they could talk about. The other day I was thinking about the other ones, and I was like, there's so many things they could talk about, but they don't talk about it. Like, for instance, when you look at when Meghan was getting in the church, and then she blocked Meghan in a way, and Baldy had to tell her to move back a little bit, and you see that little touch of hand that Meghan gave her, and for some reason, that little touch only, yesterday when we were driving, going apple picking and stuff, it crossed my mind out of nowhere. It just crossed my mind, and I was like, I think Meghan understands the position that she's in. Not Meghan herself, the other one, the position that she's in, because I was making a connection with the way she is in comparison to what something Princess Diana have said, where they don't allow her to be herself or to think, to do certain things.
The Prince of Wales in the biography is described as a great thinker, a man with a tremendous range of interests. What did he think of your interests?
Well, I don't think I was allowed to have any. I think that I've always been the 18-year-old girl he got engaged to, so I don't think I've been given any credit for growth. And my goodness, I've had to grow.
So that sort of made me feel like I think Meghan understands the position that she's in. And at the same time, she is someone Meghan must be careful with, because she wants to please the others, so she could do anything to hurt Meghan personally. I hope you understand that. So if those derangers were in a good mindset or good space to talk something negative, positive about their faith, they could at least bring that part up where Kate is in a position where they don't allow her to be the type of person she wants to be, but yet they want to guide her to be like Meghan. You see, those people over there are kind of crazy. They don't want her. And that's just my humble opinion, based on what something Princess Diana had said, because she lived through it, and then look where she's at right now. Okay, so they want people, they want their women to be like someone who is free, who's free-spirited, who's doing her thing in her own special way. They want theirs to be like them, but in a controlled manner. You understand what I mean? So if the derangers wants to talk about their faith, they could pick that part. Okay, there's so many little bits and pieces, little angles you could look at the royal family and different way of life, different branches of things. You could look at it in a way to put your own view, your own perspective of it, and talk about it without bashing anyone. Well, the one who's trying to do the control, you could say, yeah, you have to somewhat put their things into a negative way. Not go out of your way to put it in negative way, but based on your perspective of how you're seeing it. I don't know. So they just don't want to think. They just want to hear negative, or they just want to spread negativity instead of trying to think logically and see how things is. But they're not putting things in perspective. Okay? There's Meghan, who's being herself, trying to do things that's good. They don't want the firm, when I said they, that's the firm here, don't want Meghan to be herself, but yet they want the one that they have control of, which is Kate, to be like Meghan, but yet they don't want Meghan to be herself. This is full-blown deranged kind of things. I can't wrap my head around these people. All right, so let me move on. So that was the point I wanted to make. If the derangers want to talk about their faith, they could use certain things like this. But they're so negative, they don't even want to analyze things logically. Alright, so that's that. That doesn't mean I know all of this stuff, the same way that I talk about, how do you call this, politics and stuff like that. I'm not a political analysis, but when you look at things, you could put one and one together and make your own conclusion. But anyway, let me move on before I twist myself into a knot and can't get out of it. And I have to give myself work to edit it. All right, next tweet. So this one, I also saw it when I turned on the computer and I added into the list here. All right. Damn, why didn't anyone tell us our Prince Harry got guitar skills? All right, he looks really good there. All right, let's see here. Oh, they have receipt. There's Meghan with a guitar as well. Okay, wow, Meghan too. I didn't know Harry play guitar. This is so cool. I mean, he's just holding a guitar. We have believe me, we have, let me tell you what we have here, because I try to introduce my kids to all sort of things, but they reject all of it. We have a electronic drum set, because when my oldest was much younger, he used to be banging on the table. So I was like, okay, so if he's banging on the table, we'll get him a drum set. We got him an electronic. I didn't want the manual one where he's gonna drive me nuts. I told my husband the electronic version. Okay, we got him that. We have a guitar. We have a piano. They don't play any of them. I try to blackmail them and everything. They don't touch it. They're just collecting dust. So I told them, when they get older, all right, don't say I didn't introduce you to things. Because when I was younger, I started playing piano, but due to lack of funding, I didn't continue. So the basic of how the keys, your fingers play, that's all I know. But if I want to, I could teach myself. We have the thing here. But I'm here doing this now. But they don't want to do it. They don't want to do it. And I told them ways they could have make money later on, teach people how to play those things if they learn it, and all of that money they could do on the side. Nope, not them. All right, so I try. Okay, even with basketball, when my oldest was much younger, his friends, family friends, we used to hang out with. She would put her kids in all sort of sports. I introduced him to all of this. Nope. Okay, so that's that. That's the connection. Me as a deranged parent.
And we're into this histrionics about being the King of England. And we're into this histrionics about being the King of England.
Let me leave my personal thing over. All right, next tweet. So Meghan is holding a guitar. That doesn't mean Meghan knows how to play guitar. Harry's holding a guitar. That doesn't mean he knows how to play the guitar. That's my point of this here. All right, so there's that here. This is the squad who took over the thing to another level with just a picture. If he forms a band, it will be over with for Willie. Okay, good King Harry. What else can you do? Hold on. Breaking news. Peg's on his way to get a Welsh harp. Act like he been knowing how to play. We don't even know if Harry plays the guitar. I don't know. I don't know if Meghan plays the guitar. I haven't heard it. I haven't seen it. It's a picture of them holding a guitar. That was the whole point of bringing my kids into the thing. We have all of these instruments here. I've held the guitar many times. I don't know how to play the guitar. Okay, now I'm getting on the squad's nerve. He looks good with the guitar. I won't be surprised if he has a nice voice to go with it. Oh, there was that thing. Something that was going on, a play that was going on in the UK, and he happened to be there. I don't know what he was doing, but he make a small little singing voice, and the whole room, even the cast of that, is it Hamilton? I don't remember for which play it was. The whole room went crazy, including the cast. All right, next tweet. This one, like I said, it was old tweets I added into the list and I never got to it. And I think one of the squad have already spoke about it. All right, so I had it bookmarked as well. Okay, tackle versus attacks. Dissect versus blast. Take to task versus slams. Okay, the UK media ongoing harassment of Meghan Markle is both insidious and widely unhinged. How ironic that in their reporting on the Dragon Lady archetype, the British press is using the angry black woman type. I mean, I'm sorry if some people don't get it by now, and I guess repeating will make the make it sink into people's brain. And it's very sad to see a lot of the UK people. They are very bright people, but the media really got them. The media really got them.
When I lost my mum 23 years ago, you took me under your wing. You looked out for me for so long, but the media is a powerful force. But the media is a powerful force.
And the other thing, before I started recording, I was watching something here on CNN. They were reporting about what's happening in Iran, and it got me thinking to say, yeah, the 2020 election was very crucial because it's the same mindset that's going around the world. Okay, Iran, they already got, that iron grip with their women. They got that, and you got other places, pretty much all Middle Eastern, they got the grip over women, and you got the UK, they got them through the media, and some other places. It's just the US that was waiting. And you see what the Roe versus Wade just happened with Supreme Court and stuff. I don't know. I haven't really paid too much attention to see how, well, I guess the midterm election, they're waiting until they could see what they could do next, because, yeah, this is the thing that they're trying to do. But anyway, I'll tell you, sometimes, I've said this many times, sometimes you don't need those crazy military kind of equipment to do certain damages. When you get people upset, you could, I don't want to say things so people don't think I'm telling people to go do stuff. It's not that. It's just I'm trying to find a way to convey my thought so you can understand. When you get people angry, nothing will stop them, pretty much. Okay? To sums up my thinking right there. All right. My perfect example to that is in China, Tiananmen Square, that man who was holding, I think, was it 2 things he had in his hand? One with a bag, and what was it? I think it was both hands. I don't remember. And he stood in front of the tank. We don't know what happened to him, but when people are fed up, people just want to live life. Just wants to live life. They don't want to be shackled by people's stupidity, and those people who think so stupid, they think they know everything. Everyone has a mind to do things, different interests, different hobbies. These are the things that makes the world go round, because I don't see myself sometimes doing certain things that somebody else is doing. This is what makes people individual. Things that I will hate to do, someone find a pleasure of doing it. So people need to live their life as long it does not interfere with somebody else's life. There's a video, I don't know if I'm going to get to it on this video, I came across where this man in the US, okay, is saying how he feel like, let me see if I could find it and so I could get rid of it. Republican abortion, so there it is here. Let me put it right after it since I'm bringing this topic up. Where is it? Alright, so there's this here, and I'll come back to this. Alright, I'll come back to this. Since we're in the mind of people saying stupid things and they want to control people's mind. Alright, so there's this here. This will blow your mind. New Hampshire Republican Senate candidate Don Baldock says abortion decisions belong, okay, that's in quote, belong to Republican, quote, gentlemen, end quote, state representative, and that, quote, as a man, end quote, women, quote, get the best voice, end quote, when men decide how to regulate their rights. There's one video that I did, and I read a whole thread of someone who studied back in the 1500s or something like that, how the mindset of men, the rule of law that they were creating, okay, these kind of things. Go listen to that podcast. I don't know if it's in here or if it's for my members only. I don't remember where I put it, or my other channel. Okay, listen to it. This is the mindset why the, how do you call this, the Supreme Court send abortion rights back to states. Why? Because they know when Republican states are run by men, they know they're just leaving it there for those men to take control of it. And he just said out loud right there. Okay? So let's listen to it. Because I've said it in one of my videos. I think it was that video that I read that whole thread where I mentioned that they just want to send it back to the state, to the states, because those states have men controlling them, especially red states. Red states mean Republicans. Okay, Republican doesn't mean the same thing in the U.S. as it means in the UK. All right, so just to give a little reference here. All right, so let's listen to it. It's 26 seconds.
It belongs to the state. It belongs to these gentlemen right here who are state legislators representing you. That is the best way, I think, as a man, that women get the best voice at the state level, not at the federal level. And it's
Can you imagine that? A man telling you how to do your feminine thing? So if women take control of the states, so do women have the right to tell you how to you live your life? Huh? Maybe get, how do you call this, when you tie your thing up so you don't procreate and all of this? Vasectomy. Should we tell you guys to do that? My goodness, but let's listen.
really Senator Hassan that doesn't understand this, right? And she needs to get on board with the Supreme Court decision.
Wow.
It belongs to the state.
So that was their whole plan with the Republicans. Okay, they work hard for it. Let's not forget that they work hard for it to get to where we are now, and now they want more. They want more. Okay, so they get to the point where they take the look at how they changed Obama. That was a huge mistake Obama did for not putting somebody, when he had control of the Senate and the House, to get another Supreme Court. And McConnell stopped him from doing that. Let me tell you something, guys. Okay, I don't look deep into politics. I just look at the surface and then I move out, because if you look in every details into politics, you'll go nuts. Okay, you will go nuts. I look at the information that I need to know and then step right back out and put one and one together. Okay, and almost always I'm always right. Okay, almost always. All right, so that doesn't mean saying my political perspective of things. That doesn't mean I know everything. Okay, nobody knows everything. It's just my opinion, humble opinion of things, and I share them with you. And so far, majority of you tends to agree with me. So when I say things about politics, I'm not a political analyst. Okay, just my opinion. Okay? So that was Obama's mistake when McConnell stopped him, and that was very smart of McConnell. But little did we know, people did not go vote. And the Republican, this is the thing, they always vote. Okay? Even though they don't win all of it, but they always vote. And this is the thing Democrats should learn from. Always vote and pay attention to who has your back, your best interest. All right? So that's the best way for you to vote. Vote and see who has your back, has the best interest, who's aligned with your ideal way of living, this kind of thing. So if you imagine you have all the men who have the same mindset of this guy, will have the same thing that's going on in Iran. Okay? This is the thing. They're all the same. Like Kenny said in one of his videos, he understands why men do certain things that they do, why they support Republicans, but he cannot understand why women will support Republicans. He said it.
So my question is, why the fuck should we trust a lily white hoe? White women can't be trusted. Well, no, Kenny, don't be so mean to them. You know, white suburban women are gonna get it together. No, you're not. If you ain't got it together then, you ain't gonna get it together now. Y'all didn't even vote for your own white sister Hillary. Why the fuck should we trust white women? And the thing that's really pissing me off is we continue to coddle these white women while we keep shitting on black women. We keep shitting on black voters. But we always put all this stock into white women that are never going to fucking show up for us. That's continue to vote against their own better interests. Because why the fuck? And this is the other shit that it pisses me off. Well, shouldn't we blame white men just as much as we blame white women? Maybe. But here's the bullshit that I have a problem with that is, I understand why white men are voting, because white men are voting for their own better interests, which is keeping power, patriarchy. It makes sense. But I understand why white men are voting, because white men are voting for their own better interest, which is keeping power, patriarchy. It makes sense.
So that was that with this. So I'm done with it. I don't even need to read the comments. That was my whole point of this, and little did I know from talking other things. There, I'm done with it. All right, let's go back to the other thing that I had. Bookmark this. Okay, tackle versus attacks, dissect versus blast, text to task versus slams. The UK media's ongoing harassment of Meghan Markle is both insidious and widely unhinged. How ironic that in their reporting on the Dragon Lady archetype, the British press is using the angry black woman trope. And the thing is, at the same time, people who probably didn't see the things that were going, the things that Tina and Michelle were saying from the get-go, because Tina and Michelle saw it right out of the gate. Oh my God. I was not paying attention to Harry and Meghan, but Tina and Michelle saw it right out of the gate. And when I finally noticed it, because every now and then I check in to see how Meghan is doing, and I see it's negative, and that's when they got me. Okay, because I was not paying attention to them, so I wasn't aware of their tactic. If I was paying attention to them a lot, I would see the tactic, but I was not. When I finally did, and that's when I start looking, okay, looking for answer. I stumble under the squad, and the first one that I stumble, it's either Tina and Michelle. Okay, and I was angry, but they were in the game right out of the gate. All right, so I will always have respect for these ladies because they saw it right out of the gate and they did something about it. And look at how the squad have grown. All right, so little at a time, if people pay attention, now that Meghan has her voice, her podcast and stuff like that, when you listen to her podcast, you learn something. But when you listen to those idiots who's reporting on them, people could put one and one together. So more eyes will be open. Okay, let's see it. In the US, People magazine says Meghan Markle breaks down toxic Asian stereotypes and and then the UK says Meghan hits out at films. Wow, toxic Asian stereotypes. Okay, Meghan Markle tackles toxic stereotyping of Asian women. Meghan attacks. That's the word here. She underlines the stuff, the key words that will change people's mind, that will make people think. If you didn't listen to it, you would assume what the UK is saying. But the US have to be careful because we could call them to court. And I don't know. The UK, I don't know. They're in the deranged state of mind. If by now they don't get it, I don't know what will. Alright? So the firm is not for them. Okay? For the people. There's that videos that I put out. And there's some that have been approved yet by YouTube. Alright? But the ones that I put out, the firm, other people are saying, not just me, the firm is not on your side. The firm is for the establishment. So that's that. I'm done with this. Okay, let's see what some of the squad are saying. Okay, as they have a nefarious agenda concerning Meghan, thus not surprising for the level of hate, even though her podcast is aimed mainly at the US market. The UK has enough issue for them to be so invested in what she does 5,000 miles away. Their readers seems impervious to that fact. Clown in the rolling eye. Like I said, the thing is that they see, I hate to say this, I don't want to use the word out also, the way Meghan way of life, okay, and the thing that they're trying to do, like Iran is doing, to the women and stuff like that, they see that as this particular word I'm trying not to use, okay? So when you hear Valentine Lowe saying his things out there, and I've tagged a lot of when I come across some tweets that shows that wants to spread his message, I tag the FBI. I muted on my video. We should not, one thing we should try not to do, and I thought about it because when I did the recording, it was a couple days later that I've edited. It crossed my mind not to retweet or not to share it, because the more we share it, other deranged people gonna come across it and then take it as at face value. Okay, I do not want to say the word. when I think his name is Valentine Lowe, say his nonsense on national television. And then I've come across tweets where some of the people say we need to share it. No, because the mind out there is not the same as many of us who will rational thinking about it and say one and one, we should not do that. But if it come across, happen and stumble upon one of those people, okay, who might act out. All right, for us, the squad is we will rationalize things, but for some others may not. When it's a negative thing, we should not share it. All right, let's see here. Them, the Time, the Guardian, and the Telegraph are meant to be the respectable broadsheet of our media. The whole thing is toxic. Yep, wasn't Time sued? Correct me if I'm wrong. Let's see here. Okay, probably they all get sued. The Guardian is the most disappointing of the lot, though. Yeah, I've shared a lot of the Guardian's article, but what did they do this time? Okay, since Liz's passing, Casey has shown how evil he really is. Liz should have done more to help Harry and Meghan, but I never felt she wanted them hurt, unlike Casey and William. I don't want to say him. All right, their cruelty will be the end of the royal family. Harry and Meghan will be wise to stay clear of the UK for a while. Harry has to know his father and brother. Let's just say that. Okay. Love comes with a price by now. Yep. Especially the thing they're going full-hearted on Harry right now because they know his biography is gonna come out. His memoir is gonna come out. That's what the same blueprint. These people don't know any better. I'm pretty sure Harry may not say that much of a drastic things on his memoir, but they already assume. The assumption already think, because who knows, I don't know how much, well, we know, we have a basic idea of how much cruelty they have inflicted on Harry and his family that he's trying to raise. But they already assume writing the book, because book is part of messaging, it's part of communication, it's part of telling your point of view, this kind of thing. They already assume, they already concluded that Harry's gonna audit them. There's a possibility Harry may not. He's probably gonna say the most joyful things he had with the royal family, and these people are already attacking him. And I'm coming across things that they already said things so negatively, I don't want to spread it, and I tag the FBI. I'm like, what did they do to you? All right, there has not been any difference in the reporting between then and now. It was even more vicious when Queen was there. Please stop excusing her. She did nothing, just like the king is doing nothing now. Okay, at this point, they should be giving a total blackout. I've been saying it for a very long time. And I think with our prayers, I think that's what saved them several times when they went in the UK. All right. When I put those positive prayers out there for them, the universe takes it over and do what's best for them, because I don't think it's safe for them. Okay, they will never change, will never see and appreciate her for who she is. The agenda is to take them penniless. We ignore them and push forward like they have. Yeah, they want them to be in a state of despair, so they could have something to laugh about. Now that they are being successful, they're doing things in the right way. All right, it's opened people's eyes to say, look, you claim you want to be in existence to get your taxpayers' money for charity and all of that. There they are. They left you. They're doing pretty well on their own, and then they're still doing charitable work. So this is one of the reasons why, it's, I'm trying not to use the word here. They don't like Harry and Meghan. They're doing things, they're showing the fruit of their labor, so to speak. But them, their labor hasn't been fruitful, okay, kind of thing. Fruit of their labor, or something like that. So that's not good. At least the British media has shown the world what their modus operandi is. When you are aware of how the power players operate in a country, you are well informed as to how to invest. I'm glad that British media has shown the world what the true face of the country. Alright, same garbage from the British media, just a different day. Unprofessional, unethical, no character, no integrity. They're the lowest of the low. Hey, people are seeing for who they are. Because before, the way they portray themselves, all right, as this high class society, very well manicured, with well behaved kind of mentality, this kind of thing. No, that was just a front. They are freaking garbage. Sorry for those who are not, but at least the media, that's what is portraying the world that the UK is when you really look deep. But I know it's not all of the UK. I have to make that distinction. But when the media is talking as if they are, you know, the word of mouth of the people, this is how they make it seems like. Seems, okay? That's the key word. I'm not saying all of you are, but that's what it making seems like. All right. The same way when you saw the UK, when Trump was in power, you would think it's the entire US that's like that, when in fact it's not. And we made sure we went out and voted to tell the world, no, that's not us. He's still fighting too because he's in deep shit in the US. So his best way to get out of it is to be in president office, to be out of his misery. And then he's, guess what? Same thing as the UK. The royal family do the same thing, put himself in deep more shit. All right, next tweet. It's interesting that the big story in the British media is that Meghan is, quote, taking a swipe at the rest of the royals, and quote, by saying, quote, just be yourself, end quote, in her podcast, Archetype. So you agree the royal are fake and phonies. My goodness, Meghan is just doing her own thing. I thought this was very interesting. I don't know what I was thinking at that time, but that's what that's why I share it. And she's right about it. She's saying her thing, and then they claim she's attacking them, but yet they're minding Meghan's business. Okay, Meghan is just doing her thing, but the others, the Rangers, inserting themselves into Meghan's stuff and make it seem like it's directed at them only. Next tweet. Okay, I wonder why British media reporting that William doesn't like Meghan, call her that bloody woman, and try to prevent Harry from marrying her is supposed to reflect badly on Meghan. William is non-racist, he's a non-cheater and pegger. It's an honor not to be liked by him. Alright, William is copying his grandmother, Queen Elizabeth II. The Queen did the same to her sister Margaret. Wow, that's a very interesting parallel. Yeah. But the difference here, though, when you look at it, the Queen's sister stayed and died miserable. But Harry learned. Harry is a smart cookie. And he learned from his family. I'm surprised these people haven't learned from their own freaking family. All right? Pretty much their family shaped the world the way the world is right now. So Harry learned. The most closest to him that he could learn from is the Queen. And maybe it's to, I don't know, maybe the Queen did spoke to him, give him a few pointers. I don't know. I'm just saying that some of the mistake that she made as a queen, that her sister, meaning the Queen, died miserable, and maybe that was one of her regret. Maybe the Queen spoke to Harry about that, but she doesn't let it known publicly. So having those conversations with Harry probably made Harry shape his own life. But when you look at things, you know, those conversations when he was trying to step back out, now I'm debunking my own thing. When they're having meeting as they step back as working royals and all of that. But I guess they voted, I don't know, did they made a vote about Harry's decision? And, you know, maybe the Queen was on Harry's side, but they overpower her. All right, the others. All right, when Harry's asking half in, maybe he wanted to still help the Queen and all of that, but they said no. Maybe the Queen did agree with Harry, but the rest, they outvoted her. The reason I'm saying the voting part is because when you look, I've shared this with you. The Queen had one of her best secretary. I forgot his name. All right, that's due to the security thing. I stumble upon several articles that talk about that. All right, where Charles and Andrew, okay, team up together to get rid of the Queen's secretary, who was doing a very good job. All right, so this is why I'm saying this part here. Maybe the family voted against Harry and the Queen. Maybe the Queen was sided with Harry, and so it was a good idea for Harry to do certain things. But the others voted him out. What's the word for it? Yeah, they outvote the Queen. As a family, they outvoted the Queen. So the Queen had to go with the rest. The decision goes. The popularity vote wins. So some of the things that Harry probably put on the table, the Queen probably did agree with Harry. But the others, I don't know, whoever made the choices voted against the Queen, and then the Queen lost because she didn't get enough support. That's one thing I could say. We will never know this because these are things in the background. Okay? Unless one of the courtiers come out and say something overheard. Okay, and sell it to the newspaper or something like that. So this is one thing I could assume. Maybe that's why he had good relationship, and this is why she said yes to Harry. Okay, Harry went to her and asked, can he marry Meghan? She said yes, because this was the only decision that the Queen had to make. Harry had to go to the monarch, to the sovereign, and ask, and she said yes. And then, like I said, it was the right decision for Harry. So I think the Queen did learn from her sister's perspective. I really did think so. If we put some of this stuff together, due to vote and family voting against certain decision that Harry said, the 50-50 and all of this stuff, okay, they overpower the Queen. So the Queen learned from her sister's miserable life and said maybe that was one of her biggest mistake. There's several, okay? There's several, okay? But one of her biggest mistake for not letting her sister live the life that she wished she could have, okay? She died miserable. So to relieve herself for not making the same mistake, and she said yes to Harry, and then Harry took that opportunity. And now, think about it, if Harry had waited and asked his father, we know what the answer will be. Okay? So to undermine the Queen, okay? To undermine the Queen, you see what the others, back then when the Queen was alive and she was the sovereign, she has always been the sovereign when she was alive, all right? To undermine the Queen, okay? They went to all that nonsense that we see, all right? Undermine the Queen, bring out Meghan's family into it, all of this BS, this kind of thing, and this is what's gonna destroy them. And that was, as I said, one of the biggest mistake. It wasn't the Queen's biggest mistake. It was not. But the act that happened afterward, all the nonsense we've been talking about, what the father did, what the brother did, and all of that. But when you look at it as well, maybe the Queen knew once she's gone, that will be it. I don't know. We're still living and with the monarchy still in existence, but knowing how her son is, the mentality, how the firm trained her son to be the kind of human being that he is, I don't know. I don't think the Queen raised Charles. It's the firm. The same way the firm raised William. Alright? So that's that. I don't know if you understand all of the nonsense. It's just put one and one together. You see the domino effect of things. For Harry, he did the right thing. And then the Queen, this is how the balance of things is. The Queen did not want to make the same mistake that she made with her sister. So to avoid that, to relieve that shackle, I guess, that she had, the regret that she had about her sister, she said yes to Harry to marry Meghan because Harry did love, still, you could see, Harry cherished Meghan. So she said yes. And then there it is, the domino effect of it. And then it's the firm who's going to be self-destruct because they don't want nature to act out. They want to be in control of things. But nature said, hold my tea. When you do something stupid, I have to balance it out someplace else. That's the thing here. Okay? It was reported, he said to Harry, have fun with her. You don't have to marry her. Oh, that's the brother. That's the mentality. But thank God Princess Diana's word stuck around. Can you imagine if Harry had spoken about Kate like that to William before they got married? Wow. Have fun with her. Have fun with her. Wow. But why? You could have both. Be your wife and have fun. Oh, perfect example. Harry and Meghan went to a concert. Why can't you do that with your wife? Why things like that, this kind of lifestyle have to happen with a side chick? Do that with your wife. But that's the mentality they want to have. Control women, be in the house, do certain things. If I want to go out, I remember, after I had kids, something happened. My sister-in-law was going out, girls' night out. My husband forced me to go. I didn't really want to go, but I went anyway just to have fun. And, I wasn't working full-time, and I was trying to save money. You go out in Manhattan, in the city, you spend some money, and $500 goes out really quickly. I left with $500 that night, just $500. And I'm like, damn, $500 to go. I went anyway when I realized we didn't even have dinner yet. The whole thing was to have dinner. We were hopping from bar to bar, and half of my money was almost done. After dinner, I said, I'm out. I went home, took the train. I was like, I'm out. I went home with what? 200 something. I wasn't gonna spend all of that money. Nah, we worked too hard for that money. I understand we could have fun and all of that, but I'm not gonna drain out my money just to have fun and then be in debt later on. So I had my little fun. My husband forced me to go out and said this, but I chose. Okay, this is the option. I chose not to. So if you want to have fun, why you have to have fun with certain, you have a side chick here for this, a side chick. You could have all of that with your wife. And this is what Harry and Meghan are doing. I don't know if I bookmarked some of them here because there's some pictures that came out. They went to a concert. It took me a while to share these things with you, but I have them here. And this is why I said follow the other squad, Positive Sussex Squad channels, because they share the things, but they have different perspective of things. All right, can you imagine if Harry had spoken? Okay, I just read that. William will have minded because he already was looking for something better. Wow, that's something. All right, exactly. And for William to think Harry was just gonna let it slide. Nah. All right. I shudder to think about what William's idea of right woman for Harry would be. I don't know. For him, I hate to say that, but you know what? Let me not say. He probably would not mind that the one that he had, Harry could tap it. I don't know, but it seems like, you know what? Let me just leave this before I start thinking stupid. This is not right. Let me see. Which one did I just say? I wonder. Okay, let's go to that next one. Because these people, they don't mind sharing this type of things. But Harry wanted something, something for himself. And he's like, you're not. This is mine and mine only. All right, now let's get serious here. This is Harry, Meghan, William, and Kate topics. All right. So nice to see a headline that isn't bashing Harry and or Meghan and not so far-fetched that it sounds ridiculous. Reading this, there really could be some truth to it. Okay, Prince William and Kate Middleton realized they had to up their game after Meghan Markle's very impressive panel appearance. What did I say about this here? The awful. This is where it started. I haven't mentioned it quite sometimes. For those people who are new, this is the point. I've said it before. This is the point where it started. When Meghan said women have a voice, all they need, I'm paraphrasing. This is not her exact word.
I think that knowing that I've just been here for 3 months, right? And in that amount of time, but with that said, for me, it's very important to, once you hit the ground running, even if you're doing it quietly behind the scenes, which is what I've focused my energy on thus far, is meeting with the right people, meeting with the right organizations behind the scenes quietly, learning as much as I can so that I can maximize the opportunity we have here to really make an impact. I think what's interesting is I hear a lot of people saying when speaking about girls' empowerment, finding and knowing their worth, or women's empowerment as well, you'll often hear people say, well, you're helping women find their voices. And I fundamentally disagree with that because women don't need to find a voice. They have a voice, they need to feel empowered to use it, and people need to be encouraged to listen. Women don't need to find a voice. They have a voice, they need to feel empowered to use it, and people need to be encouraged to listen.
I do. I mean, this is immediately was my first thought. This could be a problem.
Okay, they need people to listen and all of this. This is where the thing hit them. I said this from the get-go. Whoever's writing this thing must be listening to my podcast, because I've said this a very long time. Some squaddies were saying no, there were other things. I was like, nope, this is it. This is it. All right. Prince Harry, Meghan Markle, Kate Middleton, and Prince William, Chris Jackson. That's that. Let's see here. Except that headline is just more propaganda for William and Kate. 1, that's Harry's quote from their engagement interview. 2, upping your game, and quote, isn't making deals with the media to destroy your competition and then copying them. But that's those people's blueprint. They hit on it and then they take it as their own. That's their blueprint. Okay, I remember after the panel and while leaving the stage, there was a determination look of destruction on Willie and Hyena's face to plot against. Oh, see, I wasn't even aware of that. Prince Harry and Meghan. I was not even aware of that. So this is someone who knows more than I do. But as soon as I heard Meghan things, actually, let me see. I want to make sure I come back. Actually, I didn't even hear the whole thing. It's just the Meghan part I've heard. And I was like, oh, this is it. That's it. And there's the other part where they ask, do you have disagreement? And this, and then he's like, oh, yeah.
And I have to ask you, all the work you do together is great, but working together as family, do you ever have disagreements about things?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
And I was like, that's it. He hold grudge. That's another thing that I got from this. But everything else, I have no idea what they say. I only hear about Meghan's part. All right, let's see here. It seems to me, it seems to me that William wanted to show that he was the heir and that his opinion counted. Kate was calm, and Meghan came up against it and said, "Don't forget the women. Your voice needs to be heard." Meghan and Harry had many ideas, but Will wanted to make the boss. But now that they got it all to themselves, what have they done? What have they done? He said that all he can do is give a smile. That's all he could do.
I'm sorry we can only come and give words and comfort, but we are thinking about you the whole time and we really care about what's going on. So
sometimes it's just more than financial.
Well, if we can give you the odd smile here and there, that's important. So, you know. Well, if we can give you the odd smile here and there, that's important. So, you know.
All right. And then this is the freaking thing. I know I've said it. You guys probably gonna hate listening to me saying it over and over again. This is the freaking thing I cannot ever understand. You got Harry and Meghan, who are hard worker, who was willing to do the work. And then it was on this stage, Meghan said she doesn't mind being in the background.
Touched on it before. It's well known, you've championed the empowerment of women and young girls and promoting their self-worth. How do you hope to continue that work with the Royal Foundation?
Yes, I mean, I think that knowing that I've just been here for 3 months, right? And in that amount of time, but with that said, for me, it's very important to, once you hit the ground running, even if you're doing it quietly behind the scenes, which is what I've focused my energy on thus far, is meeting with the right people, meeting with the right organizations behind the scenes quietly, learning as much as I can so that I can maximize the opportunity we have here to really make an impact. For me, it's very important to, once you hit the ground running, even if you're doing it quietly behind the scenes, which is what I've focused my energy on thus far, is meeting with the right people, meeting with the right organizations behind the scenes quietly, learning as much as I can so that I can maximize the opportunity we have here to really make an impact.
Those two idiots, those two lazies who don't want to do shit, who wants to show that they know.
Well, if we can give you the odd smile here and there, that's important. So, you know.
They chased them out, and now they got the freaking spotlight. They haven't done shit. Every time they open their mouth, it's like they put their foot in their mouth. I don't understand why they don't just sit back, relax, enjoy the show, and then when it's time to cut the ribbon, go cut the freaking ribbon. I don't understand this. I cannot understand this. Not only they are dumb, they are extremely dumb for not taking advantage of Harry and Meghan. I don't know. What is the word for this? I don't know. You have people at work sometimes. Okay, I'm not working for any firm right now, but you have people in great position. All right, they love to take credit of other people's work. You see that almost in every place of work and stuff like that. If you don't speak up to let people know this was your work, the others will be more than happy to take advantage of that and then to get a raise. But this, I don't know. I don't freaking understand. All right, the only game they up was smear campaign, leaks, and mental abuse. That's all they're good at. That's all they're good at. Oh, please. Okay, I remember watching this and feeling embarrassed for William and Kate. They look so dull next to Harry and Meghan, especially Meghan. This was the first time I realized there were going to be problems. See, other people saw it. I knew it.
You know, this could be a problem.
This was it. For those who are new, I don't know which video that I said. Very long time ago. I said this was the time where I know game was over. All right. I felt the same way when Meghan responded. She unapologetically owned the room and the audience ate it up and asked for more. Wasn't this event in early 2018? Let's be honest. William and Kate never had any games to up. It's late 2022. William and Kate are still fumbling around with that kid sidewalk hopscotch game. 1 foot and throne lodging. Second foot to step on people, then jump over any real work. Okay, I watched this and it was obvious during this panel discussion that Kate and her husband would be overshadowed by Harry and Meghan without even trying. Or even less than 50% Meghan. Harry was also way better as a speaker than his older brother. Yeah.
You know, this could be a problem.
And then there are times as well in that same panel, I think it was near the end, there's some stuff that when they were asking if there's any disagreement, I think Harry wanted to say more, but Meghan touched Harry's arm like to don't say more.
Healthy disagreement.
Okay, the last thing you disagreed on, how do you resolve it?
Healthy disagreement.
Okay, the last thing you disagreed on, how do you resolve it?
Healthy disagreement.
Okay, the last thing.
Because I think that they were already in so much issues with them. All right. Then I watch it. I noticed how taken back Kate seemed to be as Meghan was speaking. Even with just this one panel discussion, the interviewer gravitates toward Meghan. Everybody did. You just want to listen to her carrying on speaking. She was mesmerizing. I can see what Harry saw and heard that day, and so did Wally and Katie, who were having to sit and listen to Meghan. If things that they say, you know, I mean, some of the things that I share with you, that doesn't mean I have it or I know of it or I possess those type of qualities. But when you analyze things, you can see those public speaking thing, it's very hard. It's very hard. When you look at William, who's listening to Meghan, just listen and learn from and ask for help when you need help. But these people, my goodness. All right, everybody did. You just want to listen to carry on. All right, let's see here. I remember feeling anxiety watching that discussion. Having lived in the UK for many years, I knew it was going to make William and Kate feel as inept as they are. I worked in a 5-star hospitality and was hired by my expertise. Little did I know how easily the Brits feel inadequate and less so. Wow. Well, this is why, okay? Reading this, you could see why the world the way it is when it comes to racism, because they were lazy. Oh my God, when you look at American history, when the Indian trying to help them how to grow food, how to hunt, fish, and how to utilize the land, okay, the Indian were trying to help them. This is way back. They thought this is the only way where they could navigate through life, because they were lazy and inadequate and they weren't not willing to learn. So they threw the race card to say that their skin is better than everybody. This is it. Just read American history when they first landed and when they were trying to settle and all of that. It's all in American history. The Indian tried to help them, tried to show them how to hunt, food, and all of that. They killed them and steal their food and do all of that. Okay? This is that. When you look at things in deeper perspective, when they don't know, they took it as a offense instead of trying to learn it. Because nobody grew up knowing all of the stuff that we know. Okay? When Einstein, he didn't grow up like that. He's still studying from things that had happened already. People who were born before him, who does different things. And he learned from it. He analyzed. He improved on other people's things. And then to make things happen. You learn. If you don't want to learn, that's a different story. But don't bash people. Don't kill people for things that they're good at. Then you're going to left with stupidity. Oh my God. Yeah, this is what I got out of this comment. Yeah, this too, how American history, they were always like that. But unfortunately, there are some good Brits who's utilizing their brain to do things. But the stupidities who power are preventing those bright lights to shine. Because you can never pass them. The firm is the limit. Stay stupid. If you go above them, no, you become God. Okay, this kind of thing. You're supposed to stay below them. Let them show the world how stupid they are, and everybody else is as dumb as they are. When you look at, I spoke about this already. Industrial Revolution. This was a huge thing. Okay, it originated over there. But I don't know. Let's move on. There's more comment, but let's move on. Whew. I'm like that taxi guy who take that deep breath. Alright, so here I bookmark my comment here, but I wanted, there's this, is that again. Alright, I've been saying this, that was the moment. It also gives a hint of what Pegger was about. He holds grudge. They had the gold standard of helpers who didn't mind being in the background while they cut ribbons and take credit. But no. That's that. Yep. So let's see here, the engage. Okay, this engagement was the first time it was blatantly obvious that the Fab Four wasn't going to work.
You know, this could be a problem.
Huh? Yep. And the worst thing also, let me add before I move on. I'm not going to read any more comment because I just came from that. She retweeted it. And the thing is that Harry and Meghan were there to boost them up, to help them. This is another stupid thing I cannot understand. It's for them. All this was for them. And Harry and Meghan already knew their position. Harry and Meghan knew they were not going to be the heir to the throne. It was them, the two haters, the two jealous one. But no, they rejected, and then now their focus is completely off. Their focus is completely off. Is onto trying to, I don't want to use that word, this. Alright? So they could stay on top on the pedestal as too stupid. Alright? Meanwhile, the others are just minding their own business. Next to it. Alright, so good. That's perfect. This is where they were doing their own thing, going out, enjoying themselves. Okay? Him and his wife going out and enjoy the nightlife. Okay? Harry and Meghan, happy to see them out and about. Alright, let's look at the picture. I know the squad had spoke about it. Alright. Oh, there's this person. You should have been on the front if you're that short. Alright. There they are. Enjoying themselves. Look at that. Alright, let's see the next picture. Good. Okay, let's see here. Harry and Meghan were at the Hollywood Bowl in Santa Barbara. Story via @punklove on Instagram. This is the thing that I like with the squad. We have so many diverse squaddies and so different interests. I will not know that. I don't follow these people. All right, then they bring it on Twitter and then I share it with you. All right, got the story from BB. Who's that? Let's see here. BB. Who's that? Okay, comments. Some squaddies are following her. Okay, 280 followers. Let's give them a follow because a lot of the squads that I follow are in there. Especially Carmen granddaughter. She doesn't play and she's so funny on Twitter. Alright, Harry and Meghan. Oh, there's the tweet from there. Okay. Also, can we talk about Prince Harry? Not wearing belt. All right, let's see here. So glad Harry and Meghan went. Okay, so glad Harry and Meghan went. Okay, went to see her. Went to see her show. She is amazing. Okay, she is amazing. Show some love. Okay, let's see here. 31 seconds.
In the house. Night 2 at Santa Barbara Bowl. And guess what? We have a royal guest in the house. Are you guys ready for my bags? I'm just gonna say Prince Harry and Meghan Markle are in the house tonight. They're like waiting side for us to stage, come hang out. Waiting for me to make friends, invite me over for tea, whatever's.
That was nice.
Night 2.
That's nice. That's nice. I just love how Harry and Meghan live their lives. Okay, good music and philanthropy sound like something they enjoy. Let's see here. Oh my God, that's a thread within a thread. Let's see this one. Okay, Jack Johnson has released 7 studio albums and 2. Okay, freeze that. I'm already an hour. Freeze that and read it. Okay, pause your screen and read it. All right, that's off topic. Since I already showed it, might as well you could finish with it. All right. Let's see here. Another picture. There's this. That's nice. Okay, I'm glad they are having fun while the haters are crying. I think it was someone retweeted this, and then someone put a comment under it. I'm not gonna repeat it, and I then retweet it, and I just tagged the FBI. Okay, it seems like, you know, after that Valentine law thing, our prayers need to be extra stronger. They need to live their life the best way they know how. Okay, I'm glad they are having fun while the haters are crying. Okay, Jack Johnson. Okay, is that Archie? No, it was an Instagram story from P Funk Love. Harry and Meghan were at a concert in Santa Barbara. Okay, love Meghan's outfit. All right, that's this. I was admiring it as well, especially the hem of her pants. Okay, they are just having fun. I mean, life goes on. Life goes on. You cannot just sit around. I mean, the Queen lived her life for what, 95 years? That's pretty long. If you happen to live up to 95 without having any sickness where you're in pain and all of that, you should be thankful. All right, they mourn her and they did what they know how to do best, and then they move on with their life. All right, so it seems like the others, at the same time, the Queen wasn't even buried. They were already having a party. Those get together, the smile, the laughing and stuff like. I don't think they were at any mourning. Next tweet. Okay, moving forward. I might split this video into 2 because I'm already an hour. Prayer for success. Father, I'm ambitious. Oh, that's the word ambitious. Okay, ambitious and goal-oriented with a passion to succeed in business as I glorify you in everything I do. I am successful because I do not lean to my own finite understanding, but every day I seek you for divine guidance and direction. My trust is not in my abilities, but in you who blesses me daily with the ability to succeed and to be a bright light as a marketplace influencer. Amen. Oh, that fits perfectly for. The other thing is that crossed my mind while I was reading this. There was something Tyler Perry said, is that he stopped, how would I say stop praying, but stop asking or something like that for God, because he just leave it for God to, I'm paraphrasing and I think I'm even saying it wrong, but he just leave everything to God. Okay, so this is what that remind me of. Okay, so that will be for video 1.
for me, it's an added member of the family. It's another team player as part of the bigger team. And you know, for all of us, all we want to do is be able to carry out the right engagements, carry out our work, and try and encourage others and the younger generation to be able to see the world in the correct sense, rather than perhaps having a distorted view.